Well, good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's the Lompoc Braves hosting the Napomo Titans. My name is Greg Ratcliffe, broadcasting live from Houck Stadium, where your 1-0 Braves are set to take on the 0-1 Titans. KPEG Radio and the Lompoc Media Center are proud to once again bring you live coverage of local high school football this season, and we do it for two reasons: the love of the game and the benefit of the community. We will continue to offer this and other special event programming to our listeners as a public service to the Lompoc Valley. The Braves opened their season last week in great fashion, beating up on Arroyo Grande and coming out with a 44-7 victory. Featuring a strong running game and a surprising passing attack, Lompoc looked tough to start the season. On the other side of the field tonight, the Titans fought hard last Friday but came up short, losing 13-10 to Pioneer Valley. So the Braves look to notch win number 2 in their home opener tonight, while the Titans look for an upset to get themselves in the win column. I had the opportunity to speak with Braves head coach Andrew Jones yesterday about last week's impressive victory and what we might expect to see from the Titans tonight. Let's listen to what Coach Jones had to say.
Well, I'm here with head coach Andrew Jones. Coach, that was a real solid win last week. You beat a traditionally tough Arroyo Grande team by a score of 44-7, and it looked like emotions were running pretty high all night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a typical, week 0 matchup with AG. There's a lot of unknowns going into week 0, especially with a new head football coach. And, I thought, overall, we did a great job, other than getting caught up, with our emotions a little bit, but when you look at the film and you see exactly what that guy was doing, I'm surprised we actually didn't retaliate a little bit more. I mean, it would get kind of annoying getting punched through the face mask a few times. We had one kid that got a broken nose and 3 kids with black eyes. So Jeez. That type of behavior, that type of football is not, anything you'd ever see from AG. And it was surprising that they kept allowing him to go back in the game. And then obviously eventually he gets ejected. So for the most part, we kept our emotions in check. There was just I think the chitter chat in there, and then just, some of the unsportsmanlike things, don't allow, because of the way they're acting, don't let that change our behavior, just keep the blue collar, mentality and keep doing what we do. So there was definitely three or four penalties that, could have been prevented by just being mentally tougher. Something you learn from, obviously, in a week 0 game.
Well, let's talk about the offense a little bit. Several names come to my mind. Tawa, Nix, Savage. Good job by those guys.
Yeah, I think obviously it starts up front. There was a huge question mark up front, though, with our offensive line. We lost 4 out of the 5 guys, and there was just so many question marks, so many concerns. I mean, if you would have told me Monday we were going to score 44 points with the way our offensive line was practicing, I would have, not even believed it. But they came around. They did a great job, There was a couple missed assignments here and there, but overall they did well. Basically, you got Manzo and Shamar who can go over the top if you bring guys up, and obviously Toa and Ruben are doing a great job. And, honestly, we were missing Dallas from the offensive standpoint. His hand still isn't fully recovered, so, hopefully he's back kind of ready to roll this game, and then we can add him, to the mix on offense.
So with this Nix to Savage connection we've got, do the Braves have a legitimate long ball threat now?
Well, that was a question mark going in. Can Xavier make the throws? He was somewhat inconsistent going into the practice, and you got other capable guys behind him. He's kind of waited his turn, and if he continues to produce like that, obviously he's gonna be the dude. So he played a great game, like I told him out there. I mean, he is playing a great game, and then he made the one mistake with 2 guys wide open, and he was just trying to do too much. I don't know if Shamar said throw me the ball or what, but it was like dump it in the flats, and he didn't do it.
Well, if you get a passing attack going on, that's only going to help your running game, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime we can stretch the field and draw another safety out of the box, it's going to open up the running game.
Well, let's talk defense a bit. They played lights out last Friday, shutting out the Eagles, only giving up that one special team score. Was it just me, or did Coleman seem like he was everywhere on the field?
Yeah, I mean, he had a heck of a game. I mean, he was impressive. First game, first varsity experience to play that way. You got to tip your hat to him. Coach T has been bringing a different element there, coaching the linebackers, just the attention to detail. Coleman, has been very responsive to that and doing a great job.
Who else stood out for you on defense that night?
I mean, they ran 38 plays, and so when I was taking a look at the film, it was just like 3 and out. Like, I think it was just a mixture of guys. Jelani would have a couple great plays. DeLuna would have a couple great plays. I saw Jeremiah Garcia in the mix. I saw Devin came up making a tackle. Obviously, Ruben's all over the place. So it was just a mixture of guys. I thought we just played, good, sound football. We only had a couple misalignments, and it was a good opener.
Yeah, great way to start the season. Now we're on to Napomo. They lost a close one to Pioneer Valley in their opener last week. What else do we know about the Titans?
Napomo is always well coached. I think they got one of the better offensive minds in Coach Edwards. And then obviously Coach Dodge runs the defense and does a great job. They're just extremely sound. They play assignment football. And, they got a young quarterback, a sophomore kid, who looks like he's going to be a dual threat guy who can throw the ball vertically, which is something that AG couldn't do. And so we're going to be tested in the passing game. It's something we're preparing for. We got to be able to make them one-dimensional and make the sophomore quarterback beat us, And so that's what we're working on right now. And they got a couple capable receivers, but they turn around and play defense as well. So if we can kind of wear them down, I think we're going to be okay.
Okay, sounds good. How about the injury report? You mentioned Canley. How's he doing, and anybody else?
Dallas, I think, is improving. Not sure how much he'll be able to carry the ball. That'll just depend upon, how he feels. And then obviously Drew Williams will be out this week with a slight concussion. We're just not going to risk anything this early. And then we've got some bumps and bruises.
And black eyes.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our punter, Gio, had a tragic accident just messing around with some buddies on Sunday. They were playing soccer, and he collided heads, ended up becoming unconscious. Yeah, it was a bad deal. So Sunday, our punter couldn't even, was helicoptered to Cottage, didn't have much feeling in his legs, his arms, couldn't talk, and now he's doing much better and will make a full recovery. So it was kind of a scary moment for us. So obviously he'll probably be out for the season. It was just kind of a freak accident, and so Ruben Cortez will take over the punting duties.
Well, he's been there before.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks so much.
I'm more resourceful.
And thank Coach Jones for that interview. We're back here live at the press box at Houck Stadium. Joining me tonight, as always, the ever statistical statmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, I think you'll agree the Braves looked pretty impressive last week in AG. What do they need to do to keep that going tonight against the Titans?
Well, if they play the same as they did last week, they should get good results. The primary thing they need to do is focus on consistency. If they can play up to their capabilities, they will win this game handily. If they decide to play the way they have in the past against the Pomo, they may be in for a bit of a ride.
There have been a few occasions in years past when the Pomo has given the Braves all they could handle. Not so much in the last couple of years, but there were a few years when I can remember an overtime game and a late safety that decided things. So.
Yeah, well, that was 2012 or 2014 and 2015. Last year it was 41-10, which is more typical. Lompoc does lead the series 12-2. The two losses came in 2007 and 2009. One was by 7 points, the other was by 10. So it's not really been a close series most of the time, but there have been half a dozen of those games that were by 10 points or less.
In one of the shorter series, of course, and the Pomo hasn't been around all that long compared to some of the other schools in the area.
First played in 2003.
Captains are out on the field during the traditional handshake. Who we got out there? We got Kenley.
We got Jimmy Gardner.
We got Nick Jones.
And we definitely should mention the offensive line. Nick
Ruben out there, by the way. Ruben Cortez out there, one of the captains today.
Yeah. Nick Jones and the offensive line did an absolutely brilliant job last week. They did have a couple mental mistakes, but they only have one senior, and that's Nick over at left tackle. The defensive line was spectacular, and the linebackers and safeties were just flying around like they were being shot out of a cannon. They held Arroyo Grande to 32 yards rushing.
Oh my gosh. What is that, about 10% on their usual output?
Yeah, something in that neighborhood. Just absolutely outstanding work. The only real breakdown the Braves had was on a kickoff return that was returned for a touchdown. And frankly, they're just not had a whole lot of practice the last few years with kickoff returns that they had to defend because they haven't been returned because they've been in the
Braves taking the field as we speak. The Pomo Titans won the toss and deferred, so the Braves will be receiving the opening kickoff to start the game tonight.
Shamar Savage and Toatawa led the Braves out with the flags.
And they came in through the inflated Braves helmet there in the southern end zone.
The helmet tunnel.
The helmet tunnel, indeed.
And hopefully they don't break too many face masks like they did busting open that helmet at the end of the field. But
the Braves in their traditional home blues. Pomo traveling in the ever hard to read white jerseys with gold numbers.
Yeah, and the gray pants. I think they're trying to blend into the background there somewhere.
So maybe if we dress like this, they won't see us.
Yeah, going to stealth mode.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves won the toss and will receive. And that's always bad news if you're the other team, because the three guys back are Manzo, Savage, and Canley.
And
good luck with that.
None of the three are anybody you want returning kickoffs if you're the other team. That is absolutely the truth. We are just about to get underway here. Napomo will be kicking off from the south side of the field. Braves going from left to right on your radio dial to start things off as the lights just coming on here at Houck on what has been a very toasty day in Lompoc. I understand we broke 100 degrees in the Lompoc Valley this afternoon.
The thermometer on the back porch said 102, so.
And it's not much less than that here in the press box this evening.
So I guess you could say this is going to be a hot one.
Going to be a hot game, that's for sure. I didn't bother bringing my jacket, that's for sure.
Yep. The short man for the Braves formation, by the way, is number 1, Leandre Coleman, and I probably wouldn't want to kick it to him either. So you're kind of running out of possibilities.
The options are limited here for the Napomo kickoff team.
Yep.
Pick your poison, I think, is the name of that game.
Yeah. I think this year we may see a lot of kickoffs going out of bounds.
There's the whistle, and we are underway here for week 1. And this is a short pooch kick. It's hit by a Brave, and it's loose at the 40-yard line. It could have been a good strategy, but the Braves will cover it up.
Just a quick little pooch up. But it was Flores, the kicker, just kind of popped it up in the air, and the Lompoc up guys weren't really expecting that.
Well, I think that was a good try. The Braves, however, will take possession, 1st and 10 at their own 38. Good strategy by the Titans, keeping it away from those dangerous returners. 1st and 10 Braves from the Lompoc 38-yard line, just underway here tonight. Xavier Nix, under center for the Braves. Toa Tawa, the lone back. He'll take the first pitch of the night. Cuts to the outside, breaks a tackle at the 40, bounces off another one at the 45, and finally gets shoved out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
And he won the first hair-on-hair matchup as number 23, Keyshawn Pua, came up to try and make the tackle on him, and he's got the hair down to the bottom of his shoulders. There's some competition for the hair award tonight.
The hair of the night, yes. 1st and 10 Braves after a pickup of 11 by Toa Tawa. The ball now at the Brave 49. Same formation, Toa Tawa, the lone back. Bounces off a tackle at the line of scrimmage and feels his way out. Lost his helmet at the 48. That'll end the play immediately.
And he still hasn't gone down from either play.
No, never got tackled either one. His helmet did. But Tawa remains standing.
2nd and about 8.
Perhaps that's why they call him, or we call him, the Tawa of
Tawa. Yeah, he definitely was delivering some blows there, though.
2 yards on that one. 2nd and 8 for the Braves, just across midfield. Manzo in motion.
Give it back inside to Canley.
I think that's Cortez, actually, down to the 46, maybe the 47.
Pick up of a couple more. Canley wears number 20, Cortez number 21,
and Cortez will come out, replaced by Canley. And it'll be a 3rd down and about 5. Ball at the Napomo 47-yard line. About a minute and a half in here at the game. No score, of course. Lompoc with their first possession of the night. Savage is out wide to the far side. Manzo in the slot.
Oh.
Nix will fake the handoff, keep it himself. The QB blast up the middle down to about the 43. They'll be short of a first down by a couple.
Yep. And we'll see if they go for it. And guess what? They're going with a heavy package, and Nix is back out there. One of the things we need to talk about is the Lompoc punting game took a big hit this past weekend. If you were here for the coach's interview, you heard that.
Full house. Tawa gets the ball. Powers right through inside the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Oh, man.
Several Titans tried to get in the way, and that's about all they could do was get in the way. Then they got pushed out of the way.
Yeah. Oh. He does tend to move things forward, doesn't he?
All the way down to the 38-yard line goes Tawa, and that'll give the Braves a 1st and 10 from there.
9:43 to go here in the first quarter.
Three receivers out to the far side this time. That's
one
Morgan, Benzo, and Savage. Screen out to Savage. Picks up a couple of blocks.
Ooh.
And all the way down just outside the 20-yard line before he's brought down. Well designed.
And then he ran over Gage Wynn, who's going to be playing both ways for Napoleon tonight. Out there at defensive back.
So first completion of the night gets the Braves a 1st and 10 at the Napomo 22.
Nice wide receiver screen. Nice and simple.
We saw a lot of success in the air last week.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good tonight. Nix from the shotgun.
Pickup of 16 on that point.
Canley to his right. And our first penalty flag of the evening will stop the action.
Oh, joy.
Yeah. False start, Braves. That'll back them up 5 to the 27. Good news, still first down. Bad news, it's 1st and 15.
Yeah. 9:16 remaining here in the first quarter. As they wind the clock.
Clock now running. That's right. Nix back in with the play.
And the ball is over on the left hash mark, so there's a lot of room over here on the right side where Morgan and Coleman are lined up at wide receiver.
Canley in the backfield. Manzo on the sweep. Trying to get to the corner. Not going to get too far. Back to the original line of scrimmage after a gain of 5. Keyshawn Pua on the tackle.
The Pua brothers had 21 total tackles for Napomo last week.
The Pua brothers.
Number 23, Keyshawn Pua, and on the tackle for the Titans.
So 2nd and 10 now after the 5-yard penalty, and we get it back on the run play. Canley out. Tawa back in.
Keyshawn Pua, number 23. Elias is number 34, and Tawa has the ball and is punishing people.
Jumped over one. Looks like he took a face mask and still wouldn't go down. No flag, however.
Well, he just shoved a defensive back to the ground as they were going out of bounds. And
see where they'll give forward progress to. Down to the 18.
And I really would not be surprised to see the Braves go for it on 4th down here.
Well, first we'll get past 3rd down.
If they get to it.
3rd and 6, we'll call it. Nix under center. Ruben Cortez takes the handoff, gets to the right side, cuts it back in, and gets close to the 10-yard line before he's brought down.
He picks up the 1st down.
Should be enough to move him. And we have a Brave down in the middle of the field. Official timeout stops the clock with 7:18. They are giving Cortez officially enough to move the chains, but we do have a Lompoc player down at the 18-yard line. I've yet to be able to see who that is. Training staff out quickly to take a look.
Canley and Tawa have been alternating at tailback. Jimmy Gardner in at tight end. Colin Rainey, number 45, at fullback. Nick Jones at left tackle.
Player's now rolled over on his back, so we've got plenty of movement going on. That's a good sign. Last week we saw any number of players dealing with some cramping.
Looks like it may be the center, Greg, since you see Nick's over taking snaps with the backup.
That could be a sign. Flexing the legs over there. That's good. Training staff giving a good close look. While they deal with the injured player, we will tell you about Wilkerson Chiropractic, one of our sponsors here this year. Thank you so much to Dr. Mark Wilkerson and his staff for being with us tonight and all season long. Thank you for your support of local community radio and high school football in the Lompoc Valley. Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you so much.
Not sure if we have identified the player.
Still not sure who this is that is injured.
Yeah.
They seem to be focusing on the lower leg. And right on the snaps, Mike, there's some practice going on down there with
number 78,
Garrett Hernandez.
Yeah.
So the Pomo players gathered up at around the 20-yard line and showing some respect and restraint. And now we're going to
well, Greg, looking forward a bit.
There he is, number 56, folks, Jacob Beachy, being carried off the field by two of his teammates.
And he's played some excellent ball in the short season that we've seen. Looking ahead a little bit in Division 3, which the Braves got stuck in this year. Of the 18 teams, 13 won last week.
And notice we moved up the rankings a little bit as well on day 3.
Moved up to number 3 in the poll, and according to Max Prep's, number 2. So.
Okay, so after the injury timeout, we are back to football. 1st and 10 from the Napomo 11-yard line. Offset eye. Nick's from the shotgun to give us to Tawa. Pops through the slot on the right side inside the 10 to about the 9.
Yeah. And that time Anthony Perez came up and hit him and did not get completely devastated. Of course, he was about the 4th guy to hit him.
Yeah. About 2 on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 9. Tawa stays in. Same formation, Savage and Manzo. Receivers, Manzo on the sweep, going left.
Oh, nice cut.
Breaks a tackle, cuts it back inside. Touchdown, Braves. Johnny Manzo on the sweep, goes 9 yards for the score, and the Braves are on the board. They're playing my favorite song, Mikey.
I didn't even know you liked Wisconsin. 6:15 to go here in the first half.
Never been there, but they tell me it's nice.
Parts of it I've been to are quite nice.
Ruben Cortez on a low snap, puts the ball down, kick is away, and good. And that was
Silva, I believe.
Jose Silva on the field. That's good news. So with 6:15 remaining here in the first quarter, just about halfway through quarter number 1, it's Lompoc 7, Napomo nothing.
Well, you think about that, 1 possession, burn half a quarter, and score.
That's a good strategy.
That's not bad. That'll work.
Let's take a moment to thank Box Shop Bob over at the Box Shop. Kind enough to join us this season here in the press box to help our coverage this year. Box Shop Bob, thank you so much for your support of local community radio and local high school football. The Box Shop.
And back to receive the kick are two players in Napomo uniforms whose numbers are indistinguishable.
Completely difficult to see. Yeah.
I think one of them is one of the Poole brothers because of the hair, but other than that, we're kind of on.
Yeah, if they're, yeah, we warned you about that. Fielded at the 10, up the right hash mark and up to about the 25-yard line and maybe to the 26 before he stopped.
That was number 1, Jaduthu Matutia Reyes.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sure you do.
I will never make you say that one again.
Jaduthu Matutia Reyes.
Okay. I like it. First down to Napomo at their own 27-yard line. Their first possession of the evening. Let's see what they can do.
Excellent time for a turnover, Greg.
Yeah.
Canley at the right corner. Savage at the left.
They'll start the game with a running play right up the middle.
And guess who hit him first?
It's deja vu.
Deja vu. It's Deja Coleman. Leandre Coleman sliced through there and hit him in the backfield and slowed him down.
Managed to get away from that initial tackle, however, to pick up 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 29, 28.5 or so. Good tight formation.
Coleman in the middle of the Braves formation.
Quick fullback handoff. We'll get to maybe to the line of scrimmage, maybe about a half a yard more than that. Braves signaling the ball is loose. No indication from the officials, however. Okay, must have been declared down before the ball came loose. So about another yard on that one. 2 plays, 2 yards for Napomo.
That's not an average that's going to get you that far.
3rd down and 8 from the 30.
1 yard pickup makes it 3rd and 7.
Braves all up into the box, looking for nothing but run, and they'll do it. Run right up the middle for another 1 or 2 yard gain, and then push back.
By a cloud of Braves.
Forward progress out to maybe the 33, which sadly is their longest gain of the night.
Now, Riquelme is their leading rusher from last week, and he had most of their carries. He had about half their carries. And
so 4th down and 4 for the Titans, and they will be forced to punt after a 3 and out on their first possession of the night.
And guess who's back?
Who's back at the 35? Line drive kick. Oh, he's got a lot of room. Manzo up to midfield, picks up a block at the 40. Cut from behind at the 35-yard line, or he was gone.
Yes, indeedy.
But a nice return there by Manzo.
With the turn. Brought down by number 10, Gage Wynn.
Close to a 30-yard return there for Manzo. Yep. Down to the 34-yard line of the Titans. The Braves will be working with a short field with 3:46 left here in the first quarter. And the Braves already up 7-0.
And if the Braves can punch this one in a hurry, it makes things very, very difficult.
Could get out of hand quickly. Tawa. Left side, gets down to the 30-yard line.
Speaking of out of hand.
Yes.
Number 35, Toa.
Give Tawa to the 29 forward progress. About 5 on the carry for Toa. Tawa will come out.
Canley comes in.
Rennie out as well.
Yeah, it looks like they're going 4 wide. Well,
not so wide.
4 sort of wide. It's like 2 wingbacks and 2 wides. And one of the youngsters went early.
Flags on the field. We'll stop this one. the same offside penalty we had last time. One of those receivers took off a smidgen early. Stops the clock with 3:06 left here in the first quarter. Back the Braves up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball just inside the 35-yard line. Nick's back in with the play. Canley will come out.
Braves not real pass happy tonight.
Yeah, not so far. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few long balls before it's over. Manzo in motion. There's a fake to Tawa. And speaking of long balls, here's one into the end zone to Savage. Into double coverage and off of Shamar's hands in the end zone, incomplete, but there is a flag down at the 3-yard line.
Yep. That was definitely pass interference.
Yeah.
And he almost came down with that.
Almost caught it anyway.
Signaled as a pass interference against the Titans.
That will move the ball 15 yards closer to the Nipomo end zone.
And that will also be a first down.
Indeed it will, at the 19-yard line, just inside the 20 anyway.
With 2:47 remaining here in the first quarter. And the ball's just inside the 20. Call it the
and that was a well-thrown ball. It was right where Savage was going to be. So now we've got 2 receivers to either side. We'll spread this time. Nick's back, sets up a screen inside. Coleman's got it complete to the 5. Makes a move. Touchdown, Braves.
And there's nobody on the field more excited than Xavier Nix, who is just going nuts.
Well, his QB rating last week was what, 128?
120.8.
Okay. Knew there was an 8 in there somewhere. Either way, it'll sure get it done.
Yeah.
13-0 now. Braves on top. Point after coming up. Silva the kick from the hole to Cortez. Kick is away. Looks good to me. The officials agree.
And that was that tunnel screen over on the right side this time.
Yep.
With Coleman and Morgan over there, and instead of Manzo and Savage, and nobody was paying any attention.
Worked like a charm. 2:34 left here in the first quarter. It's Lompoc 14. Nipomo nothing.
If they can get that working on both sides, folks is in trouble.
Thanks for listening, folks. You are listening to Lompoc Braves football on 100.9 KPEG, your home for local sports.
And that was the first reception of the year for Leandre Coleman, and first reception of his varsity career, and I have a sneaking suspicion not his last.
You will see it again, I have no doubt. You heard it. If you caught the interview with Coach Jones before the game, in pregame, he was very impressed with Coleman's effort and results last week, as I would expect he would be. And what I liked about Coleman last week, and again this week, is his enthusiasm.
Yep.
He is into it. There's the kickoff, fielded at the 9-yard line this time on the far hash mark. Returns straight up, breaks off a tackle, takes a little spin move, and out to about the 26 or 7-yard line before it brought down.
There's some hitting going on out there.
Don't ever let them tell you that football is not a contact sport.
It's not a contact sport, Greg. It's a collision sport.
Okay. So the Titans will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27 with 2:27 remaining in the first quarter.
A lot of 27s there.
Yeah.
Wonder if they'll give it to 27 and 23.
14-0 is their score. Braves up early.
And
a handoff in the backfield, greeted by 1, 2, 3, 4 blue shirts.
And you start counting with 1 because that was Leandre Coleman.
1 was there first. Yeah. That's a loss of 2.
And they
back to the 25.
And they're lucky they gave them forward progress to that point.
The Braves were in the backfield just as soon as that handoff took place.
I don't know how quick he is, but quicker than anybody who's trying to block him in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Is Leandre Coleman. He's just been running by people. Great job by the defensive line, soaking up blockers, too. And, oh, goodness, again.
Fake handoff, quick pass. Hit as he released, and is it picked off? Yes, it is at the 35-yard line.
And guess who that was putting pressure on the quarterback?
Number one?
Number one.
Ryan Morgan with the interception, the diving interception, just gets it before it touches the grass at the 34-yard line. But that was caused, like you said, Mike, by the pressure of Leandre Coleman in the backfield. First turnover of the night goes Lompoc's way. And the Braves have it 1st and 10 at the Napomo 34 with 1:37 left in the first quarter.
And that time, Coleman just blew by 2 blockers, including the left tackle, who managed to just barely get a hand on him, and that was...
Straight up the middle goes Toa, breaks a tackle at the 25, and gets ankle tackled at the 14-yard line, or else he's dancing in the end zone right now.
Lost his shoe.
What a great job by the offensive line that time. They just popped open a gap, and Tawa just bolted right through it.
And Greg Wynn is taking a beating after tackling Toa, but he managed to get him on the ground that time, but he paid the price. Tawa lost his shoe.
He'll come out to get his shoe back on, and Canley will come in. Nix from under center, 3 receivers off to the left. The pitch is to Canley. Trying to get a block from those receivers out there. It gets undercut.
Nice submarine there by number 8. That's Anthony Perez again.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about all. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, just a loss of a smidgen. We'll call it 2nd and 10 with 1 minute remaining here in the first quarter. Braves up 14-0, trying to add another one here before the end of the first.
Ball on the 12-yard line of Napomo. Ruben Cortez into the game.
They like to use Cortez in these shorter yardage situations. He can get you some good numbers in the middle. They'll give it to Ruben. Nope, they'll fake it to Ruben. Nix sweeps out to the right, throws incomplete towards the goal line. Had a couple of receivers to choose from over there.
Had a trio of Braves over there, and they kind of formed a triangle, and he threw it equal distance to all of them.
Savage was over there. Jacob Hunt in the neighborhood. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the Napomo 12.
And that's maybe the weakest effort we've seen from Nix in a while. He's been pretty spectacular. Draw play to
Tawa. Leaps a player at the 5-yard line, and he's in the end zone for another Braves touchdown.
And the offensive line just absolutely blew Napomo out of the way. That was Tawa had to make one move, jumping over a guy at about the 4, and that was the only guy who came close to him.
The O-line is just doing a spectacular job, and Tawa taking spectacular advantage of it. It's 20-0. Here comes another PAT. Moving at the line of scrimmage, I think one of the defensive players got an early jump. Offsides, Napomo is the call.
25.7 seconds remaining here in the first, and the Braves are looking to make this not close.
Braves will decline the penalty. Cortez once again to hold for Silva. The kick is away. 3 in a row. It's good. 25.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's now Lompoc 21, Napomo nothing. You are listening to Lompoc Braves football on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG, and we thank you for being with us
on the Braves Radio Network.
Thank you so much. As long as we're thanking people, let's thank Rick Friedrich of Friedrich Quality Plumbing. Thank you, Rick. can always count on Rick and Lisa to sign up and help us make these broadcasts a reality. Rick Frederick, Quality Plumbing, thank you for your support of local football and local community-based radio. Frederick, Quality Plumbing.
And you know what you do if your punter gets injured, Greg?
Well,
don't punt.
Don't punt. That'll solve the problem. Cheerleaders down on the track doing their usual one kick per point workout.
Yeah, they're going to be tired tonight.
They're going to be tired tonight. I get tired just watching.
You mean Sammy didn't make you help her out when she was on the squad?
No.
Get you into shape?
No, I was in the booth. Okay, so deja vu all over again. The Braves will kick off one more time. This one will be a field just over there around the 12-yard line on the far side.
Mm-hmm.
Return out to about the usual spot, the 26, 27-yard line.
Reyes on the carry.
Pretty much where the Titans have started every time.
Yeah.
They'll have 19.6 seconds left in the first quarter to see what they can do. So far, they have done, well, to be nice, next to nothing. First and 10, Titans from their own 27-yard line. They'll send two receivers over here to the near side. One deep back. They'll keep the ball on the ground and run straight up the middle, which has been what they've done all night long. And this is about the same result, which is kind of nothing. Maybe he got a yard out to the 28. And that'll do it for the first quarter. One quarter complete here at Hawk Stadium tonight. Our score is Lompoc 21, Napomo nothing. You're listening to the Lompoc Braves football on 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
And I want to take just a moment and get off track for just a little bit. In case some of you don't know, KPEG is not a commercial radio station. We are owned and operated by the city of Lompoc as part of the utilities division. And I'd like to read you just a little bit of the KPEG mission statement if I can. KPEG's mission is to be a trusted source of information, music, and entertainment for the Lompoc Valley and the surrounding areas. We strive to educate and inform our audience about local activities and organizations that serve the public interest of Lompoc and its residents. We are entrusted by the FCC with a valuable public resource, and as guardians of that resource, we seek to amplify the public good by supporting and publicizing the many positive aspects of life in the Lompoc Valley. One of the ways we do that is by highlighting Lompoc art, music, culture, recreation, and sporting events for the benefit of all. And I say the benefit for all because we do this for you. We are not here to get rich. We are not here to get famous by any means. We are here to provide a public service for the community and our people in Lompoc. That's why we do this. We do this for our listeners. And I want to thank you for listening tonight and for the 20 years that I've been doing this. I want to thank you for your loyalty. I want to thank you for putting up with the silly things that I say sometimes.
And should mention that Tap TV, KPEG have been Greg's babies for nearly a quarter century now.
Anyway, thank you.
Indeed.
We are 100.9 FM KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
And we are extraordinarily proud to be here.
And Napomo decided to move without having the ball snapped, and so they're marching back 5 yards, and it's still going to be second down, but it'll be second and 14.
Well, that's pretty much not what the Titans need to do, is hurt themselves any more than they're already hurt.
And still the full 12 seconds in the quarter because the clock did not start. Ball is on the 28.
And the clock is not going to start now either because the Titans have just called timeout. So the clock stopped, still at the 12-minute mark.
During this short break, don't forget we got all kinds of tasty treats.
Second quarter struggling to get underway.
Snow cones on those. Popcorn being sold by Girls Basketball.
So we'll take a moment to thank all our good friends over at Hammond Overhead Door Company. Thank you, Greg, John, Marjorie, all the folks over at Hammond Overhead Door, Mary, the coordinator. We appreciate your support of local high school football and local community radio. Hammond Overhead Door Company, thank you so much for being with us tonight and all season long.
And Greg, you'll be amazed to learn that Tom Garrett, the PA announcer, has just announced the score of the Utah game yesterday.
That is stunning, yes. And tell our listeners why that would be important to him?
Well, other than the Utah belt buckle, the Utah clip for his school ID, the Utah posters in his room.
So no particular reason then?
None that I can really put a name to.
Well, the second quarter has finally gotten underway with yet another Napomo running play up the middle.
It went nowhere.
Looks like they're going to move the marker about a half a yard.
Give that the Tom Garrard skosh.
Yeah. That's a big skosh, but... So third down and about to 14, we'll call it. They need to get out to their own 37-yard line for a first down. I don't believe they've been across
at the 24, not 14. He was talking about KPEG, so he got a little misty-eyed there.
From the shotgun, and rolling left, and batted away incomplete is the pass at the 35.
Lucky that was not picked off by Devin Villalobos.
Late flag coming in over across the far side of the field, however, Mike. See what that's about. Officials will get together and discuss that, and then they'll let us know. Pass interference, Braves. Well, that's no good.
Flag is for pass interference against the Braves.
That's no good at all.
I don't think that was against Villalobos. That would have to have been against somebody else.
There were several defenders in the area, that is for sure. So they'll spot the ball at the 38.
Resulted in a first down for the Titans
and Napomo will get a first down out of it, Mike.
That's their first one.
Their first one of the night. That's, I guess, any way you can get them, right? First and 10 Napomo from their own 38.
11:31 remaining in the second quarter.
Braves up early, 21-0 is our score. Lompoc in their season home opener here at Houck. Back to the ground game. Go the Titans. The pile pushes forward to about the 39-yard line. Gain of 1.
And Mr. DeLuna in the middle is saying, this far and no further.
Second and 9 from the 39. Clock running down to 11 minutes here in the second quarter. So far, all Lompoc Braves.
DeLuna at nose tackle. Giovanni Lucatero at left end, and that was
2 receivers right, and this ball has sailed well over everybody's head. Incomplete pass brings up.
That was way over everybody.
That was 5 yards beyond the defenders who were 5 yards behind the receiver. Yeah. So, yeah, that was third and 9 now after the incompletion. Again, Napomo will send 2 receivers here to the near side.
Savage and Morgan over to cover him.
From the shotgun. Under pressure, dumps it off. Completed pass to 25, but tackled instantly. Savage right there to wrap him up and throw him down.
And Jimmy Gardner there to help out. They brought McCrelmy in motion across the backfield and then tried to swing him underneath the 2 guys on the outside going deep, and that fooled absolutely no one.
Play out to the 43-yard line. It'll be short of a first down, 4th and 5 for Napomo, and they'll be forced to punt it away. And I think you're going to have to see Napomo try some plays like that in the air because their running game is just
Nothing.
non-existent tonight with this Braves D.
And guess who's back there again?
Penalty flag on the kick. Low squib kick. Picked up on the bounce by
Manzo, and he's
Manzo,
got a lane.
sweeping to the right. Picks up a blocker. He's got the corner. One more block at midfield. Foot race down the far side. Johnny Manzo, touchdown Braves.
He picked that up at the 34.
The return by Johnny Manzo will wait the flag.
And we have to check out the penalty flag on the far side of the field at about 43. So far, it's a Braves score, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one gets called back.
False start.
False start against Napomo, declined. The touchdown is good. Johnny Manzo with about a 65-yard return for a touchdown.
Took it at the 34, so 66.
66, okay, that's about 65. So that makes it 27-0 Braves.
With 9:48 to go here in the first half.
I'm feeling a running clock coming on.
Getting that notion as well. This one may not be quite as close as some people were expecting.
Some people were expecting it to be close?
Yeah, some people were talking about it being close.
Yeah, I wasn't one of them.
No.
Cortez to hold.
Silva the kick.
And once again, Silva is true through the uprights. 9:48 remaining here in the first half. It's now Lompoc 28, Napomo nothing. And you are listening to Lompoc Braves football on your official home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
Wow. So what do you think of these Braves, Mike?
Well, they're not too shabby.
They're not too shabby. I bet the folks over at Lompoc Community Bank like them too. Thank you so much. We like the folks at Lompoc Community Bank. Thank you to everybody at Lompoc Community Bank, LCB as we call them, for stepping up and being one of our sponsors this season. We appreciate their support of Lompoc Braves and Cabrillo High School football, along with local community radio.
Cheerleaders starting to look just a little bit tired, Greg.
Well, they better rest up at halftime because they're going to need some energy in the second half. Again, thank you to Lompoc Community Bank.
So, what the kickoff?
Yeah, Coach said Cortez would be doing the punting duties. But like you said, if you don't punt, you don't have to worry about it. Line drive kick. Ooh. It'll go out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. That'll draw a penalty flag.
Yep.
Kickoff by Silva goes out of bounds.
So Napomo will have a choice of what they want to do.
Well, if I were them, I'd take it down at the 35.
It's probably the best field position of the day almost, other than that one first down with a penalty. Well, looks like they're going to make them re-kick, Mike.
Yep.
Hope for some sort of a returnable option.
Watch the film and show that only touchdown they gave up was on special teams. Well, they gave it up on the kickoff.
So we'll try this again at the 35 this time. As if Silva needed more practice kicking off. He's already done it a few times tonight. This time we'll kick it off a little bit, and we'll do a high end-over-end short one that will also go out of bounds, this time at about the 28.
Yeah, and that one just about died on the sideline, and then it took one little last flip and ended up about a foot out of bounds.
Literally about a foot out of bounds.
Right at the feet of Coatao, by the way. Yeah.
So we're going to kick this one more time, Mike?
Yep.
I guess the Titans will take every yard they can get, however they can get them. We'll back up to the 30-yard line, and we'll do this one more time. This time for real, maybe. We'll update. Jacob Beachy, the player that was injured earlier, is still on the sideline on the trainer's bench with a like an air cast on his right leg.
Yep. Guys coming over to check on him. That's always nice to see. And they'll chip this one kind of down the middle. And
bobbled at the 36-yard line. That gives the Braves defense, special teams guys, time to swoop down and make a tackle after about a 1-yard return.
That was one of the hair brigade. That was 23. That was Keyshawn Pua, and he couldn't find the handle and then fell on it.
The hair brigade. So after a couple of penalties there, back the Braves kicking team up. Napomo will take over in their best starting field position of the evening, their own 40-yard line. With 9:42 left here in the first half. Lompoc up early and big. 28-0 is our score.
And if they can somehow get a first down out of this, Greg, they will actually be in Lompoc territory.
Oh, my gosh. Back to the running game they go. This will go nowhere in a hurry, and we have a flag down in the backfield. I think the play resulted no gain. Managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they brought Schusterich in motion across the field and tried to go in behind him. And
they're going to pick up the flag, Mike. No penalty. Yeah. Wave that one off. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40. I like it when they pick up flags. Second and 10, clock running under 9:30 remaining here in the first half. It's been all Lompoc so far. 28-0 Braves.
Ooh,
and there's some early motion by the Braves D-line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if somebody on the offense moved or if they just got them with a count, but they had a whole bunch of Braves moving.
You could call that one on several Braves players. Drew 3 flags simultaneously.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they can only enforce one of them.
The flag waving brigade.
So 5 yards for Napomo puts it at the 45-yard line.
Their deepest penetration of the evening. 9:13 to go in the second quarter.
We should note that any time Napomo has been across our own, 32-yard line, it's been courtesy of Brave penalties.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 now from their own 45. One man in motion. They'll give it to the motion and cuts it back inside and gets hammered by 4 blue shirts.
Ooh. And DeLuna and Rainey.
Rainey was there.
And a bunch of other guys.
That fooled nobody.
Looked like there was going to be a hole, and then all of a sudden there was a whole lot of Braves.
Corrales was there as well for Lompoc. It'll be 3rd down and 5 after no gain.
And this amoeba defense has just been unsolvable for teams the last 2 weeks, or the last 5.5 quarters or so.
From under center this time, fakes the handoff, looking deep.
Ooh.
Going down the near sideline. This will be overthrown by 2 or 3 yards.
And he had a chest planted in his helmet as he tried to throw that. And that was number 71 for the Braves, the right end, Jeremiah Garcia, who's been having a good game.
Ryan Morgan back in coverage for the Braves. Incomplete pass will bring up 4th down, 4th and 5. And Napomo will once again have to punt.
But, this Braves defensive line is not big, but they are fast and shifty. And
the snap to the punter takes a couple of bounces, but he manages to gather it up and get the kick away.
And just chips it out of bounds. He trots off to the sideline and says, Bagel has to do it.
Not a good result, just down to the, where are they going to put it? Somewhere around the 40.
Well, given what's happened on some of the other plays, kicking it out of bounds and away from the playmakers is not a horrible result.
As you recall what happened the last time they kicked to Johnny Manzo.
Yeah.
66 yards later, the Brave had 6 more points. So Lompoc will take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line with 8:21 left here in the first half.
About a 15-yard punt.
Yeah, 28-0 is our score. Lompoc leads. I formation. Toa Tawa, the deep back. He'll takes the handoff, wiggles his way through to midfield, breaks another tackle to the 40. Finally wrestled down from behind at the 30-yard line.
And that was an all-hair team combination. Matutia on the stop. And he may actually have hair longer than Tawa's. Maybe. It's close.
Another great run by Tawa, however, gets the ball down to the 30-yard line and gives the Braves a 1st and 10.
Marking it to 29. Give him another yard.
Canley this time. Deep back, fights his way through inside the 25 to the 24, maybe the 23.
And it was 23 who made the tackle.
Good to see Dallas getting some touches now.
Yeah. Well, he was used a little bit sparingly on offense last week, still recovering from that hand injury that Coach Jones talked about in the pregame.
2nd down and about 4 now for Lompoc.
And Gary missed him in the CIF semifinal.
Ruben Cortez breaks away from a jersey tackle and fights down to the 20-yard line. You're not going to tackle Ruben Cortez with one hand on his shirt.
Yeah, Ruben says you need to bring more than that. So battering ram is Ruben Cortez pick up a 3.
A yard shy of the 1st down at the 20. Need to get to the 19. 3rd and 1 for the Braves. Under 7 minutes left in the half.
And we've got 3 wide right, Savage to the left, Tawa in the backfield, and the Braves are looking around at each other going, well, what's going on? And now the Titans called the timeout.
Napomo stops the clock with 6:48 remaining in the half. They're going to have some serious regrouping to do in the locker room. 3rd and 1 for the Braves when we come back.
3rd and 1, and the Braves are knocking on the door, what is left of it, having blown it off a couple times already.
Yes. We'll take this opportunity to thank our good friend Larry. We call him the pizza guy over at the Pizza Garden. Thank you so much, Larry, for being with us tonight and all season long. We appreciate your support of community radio and local high school football. The Pizza Garden. Thank you so much. So the Braves gathered up at around the 25-yard line, deciding what they're going to do on this 3rd and short. Now they'll come back on the field. Nix has got the play. It looks like Toa Tawa will be in the backfield with him. Andre Coleman wide to the right.
Morgan has been working the right side mostly with now they're going
Savage in motion. He'll take the ball on the sweep.
That's just unfair.
Gets to the corner, breaks 2 tackles and stumbles forward. Did he get in? Touchdown, Braves. Wow. You're right, Mike. That is just unfair.
They lined up with Morgan and Coleman over on the right side like they've been having, but they put Johnny Manzo in a slot just outside the formation, Toa Tawa in the backfield, and then they brought Shamar Savage in motion across the thing, so he had 4 blockers out there. And
my gosh, how do you stop these guys?
Well, the short answer is they haven't.
You don't, I guess. Point after coming up. Kick is away. It looks pretty good to me, and it is. 6:38 left here in the first half. It is now Lompoc 35, Napomo nothing. Yes, there's nothing wrong with your radio dial, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me right. 35-0 Braves.
And that's 35 points, Greg. And you know what that means.
That is the magic number when it comes to running clocks. I wonder if we start it now or wait till halftime or wait till the fourth quarter or what the story is. We'll see.
Well, we haven't seen any indication from the officials yet.
Usually there's a bit of discussion down on the field with the coaches.
There's some discussion down on the field, and there's some discussion over to my right where the timer is. And
speculating, but we have not seen any official indication as to. But, yes, there it is, the official indication. I do believe I just saw the running clock notification. Yeah, that could set a record for the earliest running clock that we have been a part of.
Oh, well, it's
not quite
certainly in the running.
Not quite halfway through the second quarter.
Well, there was a few years back when the Braves were just piling up points. They had some back in the 2002, 2003 time period.
Yep, I remember them.
Yeah. Because we was there.
We were there.
We've been there for a while. You a little bit more so than I, but.
Okay, Braves kicking off. This one will be an end-over-end kick fielded at the 19-yard line, middle of the field.
One of the up men and
a nice open field tackle there. Who was that?
Number 8?
Oscar Tenorio with a nice tackle on special teams.
The return by number 9, Jericho Becerra, brought down by number 8, Oscar Tenorio.
Where are they going to put the ball? Looks at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for Napomo from there. And we are officially, as we look over to the scoreboard, in a running clock situation.
And Greg, we're at the 27 again.
That's getting to be a habit, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Well, now they have stopped the clock. And now we're running again. Okay. Napomo sticking to the running game. They'll pick up a couple up the middle. Maybe we'll give them one up the middle to the 28.
Riquelme again. And,
we are now halfway through the second quarter. Our score is Lompoc 35, Napomo nothing, and we are officially in running clock mode.
And Riquelme has picked up the standard 1 yard.
Is that their average yards per carry right now, about 1 yard?
Well, it's certainly been a common number for them.
Well, we'll try the left side of the Braves defense this time and pick up one more. Well, maybe two.
They gave it to the fullback that time. Number 43 is number Roberto Buenrostro Jr. And 71 on the stop. That's Jeremiah Garcia again.
Just doubled their rushing average with 2 yards on that carry. It's now 3rd down and 7.
And Jeremiah Garcia is a 5'9", 200-pound senior playing defensive lineman.
Ooh. Choa just blast through a blocker in the backfield to try and get to the quarterback.
And he dumped the ball out. And in the general direction of a guy floating out there, and Canley was right with him. And so...
incomplete pass brings up 4th down, and Toa just showing his speed and his strength on that one. That play didn't have a chance.
No.
So 4th down, and yet another punt for the Titans.
We'll see if they kick it out of bounds again. Good snap this time.
They'll kick it away.
Manzo at the Lompoc 4. Oh, no, Canley at the 4 at the 40.
He gets 7 yards before he's wrapped up at the 47. Nice to see him back there doing some special teams work as well.
They must feel better about his hand if they're having them catch punts.
Yep, absolutely. So first down Braves from their own 47-yard line. 4:43 remaining in the half.
And so
Clock
far,
stopped on the change of possession.
Yeah, and so far Lompoc has scored on every single possession they've had.
In the words of Stu Lance, that'll get her done.
Yeah. Hand off to Canley going wide right.
Trying to get to the corner. And he is kind of get a little room out there across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line, it looks like, on the Pomo side of the 50.
Finally got shoved out. Pick up a 7 yards. That'll work.
The carry by Dallas Canley picks up 6 yards. Call it 2nd and 4 for the Braves.
Put the ball at the Pomo 47-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to shave off a yard there.
Give him 6, 2nd and 4 from the 47.
Some good hard running. And as a reward for stopping Canley, you get Tawa.
Yeah. And Tawa will get the carry.
Oh, nice cut.
Heading to the outside. Stiff arms one guy at the 30. Still on his feet at the 20. Cuts it back in. And finally gets tackled by the hair at about the 12-yard line. Thrown out of bounds. It never did go down.
Yanked out of bounds by, there was Jericho Becerra. Grabbed hold on to whatever he could grab and yanked.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but I don't think number 35 has been on the grass yet tonight.
Well, maybe on a tackle.
Yeah, tackling, but not being tackled.
Yeah.
First down Lompoc, the ball now at the Pomo 12.
If he was wearing white and only playing offense, he'd have a clean jersey.
3 receivers to the right. Ruben Cortez bounces out. Nice little move. He gets inside the 10. Flag down, however, in the backfield.
The carry is by Ruben Cortez.
And one Brave loses a helmet. Looks like Jacob Nunez lost his hat and he'll have to come out.
That's the right tackle.
And we'll check on the flag. Cortez down to about the 8-yard line on the play. And we'll check on the penalty. Flag is lying on the 17-yard line. Holding Lompoc is the call.
Flag is for a holding against the Braves.
So that'll erase Cortez and his gain. And move the ball back to the 25.
Penalty puts the ball at the 25-yard line, making it first and
just over 4 minutes remaining. So the Braves will try and push this in with 40% of their offensive line off the field.
2 receivers to the near side. Canley on the delay.
Oh, nice.
Nice spin move in the backfield. And dives forward inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line.
And he came within half a step of taking that.
Canley's not only fast, but he's agile too. He can move around real nicely.
He's a shifty one. Ball down inside the 20 at the 17.
Second down.
7-yard pickup makes
We need to get down to the 2, I believe. 2nd and 15, we'll call it.
So pick up a 8 on that last play.
Savage wide right. That's Morgan in the slot to the same side. Morgan now in motion.
Canley is the deep back.
Savage complete at the 10, breaks a tackle at the 5, breaks another tackle, dives forward, touchdown Braves.
And that was like go over in the land of the Lilliputians.
And Savage was on an island out there. He had no blockers and 2 defenders, and he scored from 10 yards out.
That was just that quick curl in route, and they hit him in the The first guy dove for the ball, missed it, and the second guy dove for Shamar and missed him. And so he's
Silva with yet another successful PAT with 3:09 left here in the first half. The Braves continue their dominance. It's now Lompoc 42, Napomo nothing. Wow. It doesn't get a whole lot more dominant than this.
No. This is starting to look like a smaller college team going up against the JV.
And speaking of dominance, Mike, Rose Isaac, as dominant as it comes in the Lompoc Valley. Thank you, Rose. We love you. Thank you to Anything Athletic and Rose's Embroidery for sponsoring our broadcast this evening. We appreciate your support of local community radio and Lompoc Valley football.
Dominates the sports support to the Lompoc Valley.
Anything Athletic, Rose's Embroidery. Thank you so much, Rose. We've got 3:09 left here in the first half. The Braves are rolling. And kicking off once again. Nice kick fielded at the 6-yard line. Straight up the middle, a little bit of space there. Breaks some tackles, spins forward, and gets all the way out to the 35 on a nice return.
He thought he was gone, but
35-yard line.
He had a spin move, and he thought he was gone, but number 8 grabbed an ankle and held on.
Well, that was the most successful play for the night for the Titans.
Oscar Tenorio.
But even with that, they're still starting at their own 35. At least it's not the 27.
Yeah.
First and 10 Titans. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the half. Sweeping out to the near side, looking for help, and all he runs into is Toa Tawa. And gets pushed out. 35 on 35 that time. And the 35 wearing blue won.
And Tawa brought the power.
1 yard pickup makes it 2nd and 9 for the Titans.
And how many times have we said that Napomo picked up 1 yard on a running play on first or second down?
Pretty much all night. And that's what they did just there. 2nd and 9 from the 36.
And we're starting to see some subs out there on the defense.
Again, the Titans will take it up the middle, this time with a little more success, out close to the 39.
Pick up about 3.
They got 3 on that one. That'll help their average. And we'll still leave them 3rd and long, however. 3rd and about 6, maybe 7. Yeah, I'll call it 6. Long 6. Inside 2 minutes remaining in the half. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of substitutions in the second half for the Braves.
Shamar Savage out at corner with Tenorio in, and
up the middle again we go for the Titans across the 40 to the 43. Another 3 or so. It'll be 4th down and 2 for Napomo. 1:15 left in the half.
That may be their largest running play of the game, 4 yards on that one. Let's see who else is in there for the Braves. Number 25, David Galarza is in at one of the safety spots over on the left side.
Napomo will go for it here on 4th and short. And we got Braves getting a little too anxious. Galarza crossed the line of scrimmage, trying to sneak up.
The offside penalty on the Braves results in
that'll give Napomo a 1st down. Their second one of the night, I believe. Both due to penalties on the Braves.
49.7 seconds remaining. Okay? And the 1st down at the 48.
Any way you can get it, I guess. One man in motion. They'll run up the middle. Got some nice room. Breaks a tackle. He's gone. He's to the 30. It's a foot race. 20. Two Braves trying to get him. He's in. Wow. Touchdown, Titans.
Number 34, Ilya Pua on the carry for the Lompoc.
That's one of the Pua brothers, Ilya's.
Yeah, Ilya's. And he was huffing and puffing down the field. He's kind of a stout
He's
fella.
5'9", 230. It isn't the fastest run, but he broke through that hole with enough space where the Braves secondary couldn't catch up because they were all in the box.
And there was a bunch of subs in on that one, probably 7 or 8.
So it's 42-6 with the point after coming up. Kick is away. Kick is good.
The extra point by
So all of a sudden, with 38.9 seconds remaining in the half, the Titans are on the board. It's Lompoc 42, Napomo 7. And as Chick Hearn would say, there goes the shutout.
Indeed.
But somehow I don't think that's going to bring the starters back.
No.
(42-7), Braves on top. Let's take a minute and thank one of our new sponsors, all the good folks over at Sunset Auto Center. Thank you to Cheryl, George, the Bedfords over at Sunset for being with us and supporting local high school football and local community radio. They've always been a fixture here in local sports for a long time, and we're happy to have them with us. Sunset Auto Center, thank you so much for your support.
Big supporters of both high schools.
Some more of their beautiful vehicles down there in the south end zone, as is the custom. Got a nice looking truck over there this week.
And a couple of the starters are going, "Hey, Coach, does this mean we can?" No.
Well, we got some familiar names back there to receive this one. Manzo, Savage, and Canley on the far side.
Yeah. Well, the kick return team is nice job, fair catch over there by.
Do one of those little short jobbers over there to the far side.
I think that was Villalobos.
I think you're right. Devin Villalobos with the fair catch at the 34. Braves will have it first down with 38.9 seconds remaining in the half at their own 34.
And this may be their first possession of the game in which they do not score.
Well, they'd have to make it pretty quick.
This will not be a 3 yards on a clouded desk kind of one. Kind of wondering if we might see somebody a quarterback besides Mr. Nix.
Yeah, Nix is trotting out for this one. Canley's in, looking across the field there. Savage still in the game.
Tawa
was in, but has come out.
I think his helmet is in danger of disappearing here shortly.
Draw play. Canley trying to get away and won't get much, if anything. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all.
He had an opening there for just a split second, but couldn't quite get there.
Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the Braves from the 34. Under 20 seconds remaining. The Braves don't have to run another play here in the quarter unless they want to, and it looks like they do.
And Tawa is in at the deep back.
Nix from the shotgun. Tawa takes the handoff. He'll get down to about the 38-yard line.
Number 35, Tawa.
Basic style football, and
that will bring us to the end of the first half, Mike.
He got hit by about 4 guys and picked up about 3 yards.
So we've got a decidedly one-sided affair. The Braves on top 42-7 at the half. Domination by the blue and white from the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
We'll see what Napomo can do at halftime to see about getting a little momentum going on their side. In the meantime, we got 15 minutes a half. We will send you back to the control room of KPEG for some pertinent announcements and such.
I think what Napomo needs to do at half is recruit a semi-pro team. Because
or call the bus driver.
Yeah, the kids are trying hard, but they are just outmatched tonight.
All right, folks, we'll send you back to KPEG for a little while. We'll see you in 15 minutes for the second half.
While the teams take a break, let's take a minute to tell you about this season's sponsors. These businesses stepped up to help the cause, and without their generous support, these broadcasts would not be possible. Thank you so much to The Box Shop, Friedrich Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, The Pizza Garden, Rose's Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, The Surf Connection, Tom's, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. A heartfelt thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us to bring these games to our listeners. We hope you're enjoying tonight's game between the Nipomo Titans and the Lompoc Braves. Next week, the KPEG broadcast crew will be back here at Houck Stadium, where the Braves will be back in action hosting the San Marcos Royals. Join us at 6:45 for pregame coverage, including an exclusive interview with Lompoc head coach Andrew Jones. Then get ready for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the San Marcos Royals versus the Lompoc Braves next Friday night. And you can hear it right here on your community radio station and your official home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage, but the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over... Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him.
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your city council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I shop and cook for my mom every week.
I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Do you love to swim? Do you think about swimming even when you weren't swimming? Well, we've got a publication for you. A poolside publication. Just surf on over to the Lompoc Parks and Rec webpage and click on Poolside Publication. That's cityoflompoc.com/parks_rec. You can sign up to have Poolside Publication emailed to you every week. You'll stay up to date on the Lompoc Aquatic Center, get to know the staff, and learn a thing or two about water safety. That's Poolside Publication, brought to you by the Lompoc Aquatic Center.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc, and let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. The Lompoc Recreation Division's Fall Activity Guide is now available on the City of Lompoc's website at cityoflompoc.com and should be arriving in your mailbox. The Recreation Guide is loaded with all the great classes and events taking place this fall in Lompoc. From cake decorating to youth basketball, we have something to suit many interests. Speaking of youth basketball, sign-up starts September 5th. We offer basketball leagues for 4-year-olds all the way up to 8th graders. So get ready to register at the Anderson Rec Center starting on September 5th. Early bird registration runs through September 22nd. Fall is almost here, but our Lompoc Aquatic Center still offers swim lessons and recreation swim hours on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Get your running shoes ready. Registration is underway for our Beatty Park Fun Run, taking place on Sunday, September 10th. Sign up now at the Anderson Rec Center. The Lompoc Libraries are calling all artists to submit their artwork for a chance to have it displayed next year at the Lompoc Library and Village Library. The deadline to submit art is Thursday, September 7th. Visit cityoflompoc.com for details. It's hard to believe, but the holidays will be here before we know it. Applications to participate in the Lompoc Valley Children's Christmas Season Parade will be available on the city's website, cityoflompoc.com, starting on September 5th. Thanks for joining us for the City of Lompoc News Update. We'll see you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG. The Southern California Gas Company is replacing a natural gas pipeline along Highway 1 here in Lompoc. Although customers are not expected to experience any natural gas service interruptions, during construction, one northbound and one southbound lane of Highway 1 will be closed just north of the airport. Lane closures will be in effect Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., again Monday through Thursday nights from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., and on Fridays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Work begins on July 10th and will continue through the month of October. For questions or concerns about the construction project, contact SoCal Gas at 1-800-427-2200.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you'll see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's game between the Nipomo Titans and the Lompoc Braves. Next week, the KPEG broadcast crew will be back here at Houck Stadium, where the Braves will be back in action hosting the San Marcos Royals. Join us at 6:45 for pregame coverage, including an exclusive interview with Lompoc head coach Andrew Jones. Then get ready for the kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's the San Marcos Royals versus the Lompoc Braves next Friday night. And you can hear it right here on your community radio station and your official home for local sports, 100.9.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc, and let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. The Lompoc Recreation Division's Fall Activity Guide is now available on the City of Lompoc's website at cityoflompoc.com and should be arriving in your mailbox. The Recreation Guide is loaded with all the great classes and events taking place this fall in Lompoc. From cake decorating to youth basketball, we have something to suit many interests. Speaking of youth basketball, sign-ups start September 5th. We offer basketball leagues for 4-year-olds all the way up to 8th graders. So get ready to register at the Anderson Rec Center starting on September 5th. Early bird registration runs through September 22nd. Fall is almost here, but our Lompoc Aquatic Center still offers swim lessons and recreation swim hours on Saturdays and Sundays from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Get your running shoes ready. Registration is underway for our Beatty Park Fun Run, taking place on Sunday, September 10th. Sign up now at the Anderson Rec Center. The Lompoc Libraries are calling all artists to submit their artwork for a chance to have it displayed next year at the Lompoc Library and Village Library. The deadline to submit art is Thursday, September 7th. Visit cityoflompoc.com for details. It's hard to believe, but the holidays will be here before we know it. Applications to participate in the Lompoc Valley Children's Christmas Season Parade will be available on the city's website, cityoflompoc.com, starting on September 5th. Thanks for joining us for the City of Lompoc News Update. We'll see you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Hey Lompoc, you're listening to KPEG 100.9.
Times have changed and times are strange. Here I come, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home.
Well, welcome back to Houck Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. It's just about ready to start the third quarter of action here. Lompoc leading the Nipomo Titans 42-7 at half. It's been all Lompoc Braves, and I wouldn't expect it to change, actually. It's been a very dominant performance on both sides of the ball from Lompoc. Anytime you score 42 points in one half, you're doing pretty well. And the only touchdown scored by Nipomo was on a one-play dive up the middle that outran everybody to the end zone.
So a bunch of subs with very little field experience got out of their lanes and they got punished for it. And I imagine they will probably get some more grief in the film room tomorrow. Have a couple scores from out of town. Bishop Diego 28, Arroyo Grande 7.
Ooh,
so far. And a little bit further towards us from where that game is being played at Scott O'Leary Field. DP leads Cabrillo 34-0.
Ooh.
So the flip side of this one.
We will have some Cabrillo games on our broadcast schedule this year. The first one being Templeton coming to Houck Stadium to take on the Conquistadors on the 15th. And next week, we'll be right back here at Houck as the Lompoc Braves host the San Marcos Royals.
A couple of Brave alums battling it out at the head coaching spots. A couple good friends.
Yes. It's turned into quite a rivalry over the years between the coaches anyway. Pretty one-sided on the playing field.
Yeah. Although they still meet at midfield after the game and give each other a big hug. And that's what you do when a guy was the best man at your wedding.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, football notwithstanding, can still be friends.
Make sure you acknowledge him anyway. Well, we're going to see something we've seen a few times tonight, Greg. Lompoc will be kicking off to start the second half.
Something
again.
Strange and unusual.
It's
that will be Drew Galindo going to be kicking, Mike. 42-7 should have a running clock, I believe, to start the second half. Nice kickoff, field at the 5-yard line, right at the center of the field.
Ooh.
And hit hard and quickly at about the 17.
That was Jimmy Gardner came knifing through there.
Flag down, however, at the 28.
Ball is returned by Reyes.
Holding against the Titans, exactly what they did not need. That will cause them half the distance to the goal from the 17. As if they needed any negative yardage. Move it back to, well, where are they going to put it? Right at the 10, okay? Not quite half the distance, but all right. Just inside the 10-yard line, that's where the Titans will start first and 10.
And the clock is still rolling, so
9-yard line will follow. First and 10 from there.
This should be a quick second half anyway.
From under center, 2 receivers to the top.
Ooh.
A gap up the middle. Nice run across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Gain of about 11, maybe 12 on the first down, and that'll move the chains for Napomo.
35, Michael Silva on the carry for a Napomo first down.
Silva drove up the middle. And nice
Michael, number 35, 5'6", 155-pound senior.
A little bit of a bowling ball, but out to the 22.
First down for Napomo. This one they earned. Handoff tries the A gap on the right for maybe a yard.
Turned into an A gap.
Oh, and a late flag coming in after the play.
There is a flag on the
That's usually is bad news as far as sportsmanship is concerned.
Yep.
Officials discussing it up there around the 20-yard line.
And that's one thing that I was real proud of, that Lompoc didn't whiz their cruel last week, because there were a couple players on Arroyo Grande who were certainly working overtime to try and get them to do it.
Well, somebody said something they shouldn't have had on the Lompoc side. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Braves. And that will cost them 15 yards. move the ball out to the 37-yard line, and the Titans will have a first down from there.
And we're down to 9:44, excuse me, in the third quarter.
And I think we just had another penalty come in, Mike. Unsportsmanlike called again against the Braves. Wow. Now this is completely out of character.
I made the mistake of saying something nice about him, right?
Oh my goodness. So somebody said something wrong and they got flagged, and then somebody said something wrong about getting the flag, and now they got another flag.
And I think we have a timeout.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Timeout Braves. Yeah, Coach Jones will get these guys together and tell them to get their heads screwed on right.
Get their heads on straight and their mouths shut.
So clock stopped with 9:09 left here in the third quarter. And Coach Jones will have a word with his charges.
And Napomo has the ball in Lompoc territory at the Lompoc 48.
First time across the 50 for the Titans tonight, all courtesy of Lompoc penalties. Mike, did I see we have a special listener from out of state tonight?
Oh, I believe we did. The gentleman from Washington contacted the.
I bet you I know who it is. Yep, thought so. Hi, Mike. Mike Casper, one of our longtime listeners here at KPEG and TAP TV back in the day. Thanks, Mike, for tuning in. We appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the game. So we'll get back to action. 9:09 left in the quarter.
Yep. And it looked like Jonesy and the back judge were having quite a discussion there about something. I'm not sure what that was about. Pretty sure Jonesy won't tell us either.
First and 10 Napomo.
Ooh.
Running play up the middle. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And running back took one step and he had two guys wrapped around his waist.
First by number 21, Ruben Cortez.
Ruben Cortez in the backfield in a hurry, making the tackle on that one.
Yeah. And we're seeing some of the veteran players back out there.
Well, they give him about a half a yard forward progress on that one. Braves defense slipping in, flags flying as the play gets stopped for no gain.
There is a flag on the play.
This one will go against Napomo, false start.
And all of a sudden it's turned into the flag bowl here.
Mm-hmm.
And
the good news is that the clock continues to run.
We'll get some more zebra huddles in here, and Greg will be a happy camper.
Yeah.
Not. Ball at their own 47 now. For the Napomo Titans, who are looking not so Titanish tonight.
Titanish.
Yeah. And the
second down and about 15.
They're having a long discussion in the backfield about what they're supposed to be doing. And
quick pass completed midfield, tackled right away after a gain of about 4.
Yeah.
Number 35, Michael
got
Silva,
most of the penalty yardage back. And they'll get back onto the Lompoc side of the 50 at the Brave 49. It'll be a third down and about 11.
Yeah. That was a interesting deal because quarterback and the running back were having a long discussion and they were pointing various places and talking for quite a while, and then had a spread out left and a quick dump off to the back, and although it was one of their more successful plays, watch out.
3 Braves in the backfield putting pressure on the quarterback. He has to dump it off incomplete at midfield.
Yeah. Tala and Villalobos and
Buenrostro, the intended receiver.
And there was a bunch.
And when the Braves bring the house,
it's quite a house.
It is a house full.
The penalty is for a defensive holding against the Braves.
Penalty flag on the play, however. Holding against Lompoc will keep this drive alive for the Titans. Move the ball all the way to the Lompoc 39. It'll be short of a first down by a yard.
And we've had more penalties than plays so far in this quarter.
And we are the bulk of them against the Braves.
Yeah, but we are down to 6 minutes remaining. So
managed to get halfway through the third quarter already. 3rd and 1 now for the Titans from the Brave 39.
And it looked like
quarterback plunge, trying to get enough for the first down.
It's going to be close.
Needed a yard, got about a yard. It's going to depend on the spot. Looking right at the 38-yard line. First down.
Quarterback keeper for the Como. First down.
5:37 on the clock when that happened.
Well, this is a lot of firsts here for the Titans. Longest possession of the night as well. Along with consecutive first downs and yardage gained. So 1st and 10 to Pomo at the Brave 38. Ruben Cortez wraps up the running back in the backfield.
Cortez beating Silva in the backfield.
Got some help from number 27, Jesus Corrales.
Loss of a yard.
1 yard loss makes it 2nd and 11 for the Titans.
Ruben doing his thing on defense. He is everywhere in a hurry. 2nd and 11.
Yeah. Braves got the ace to go with their face card, and they came up with number 21.
High snap from the shotgun, fielded though, however, and another high overthrown ball at the 20. Very similar to that one we saw in the first half. Ball just sailed 5 yards over everybody.
Mm-hmm. And there were 2 Braves covering the play that.
3rd down and 11.
And Bishop is now up 28-7 on AG.
Eagles having a rough start this year.
Yep.
Not able to recover apparently so far from the drubbing that we gave them last week. 1 receiver wide, shotgun. Lofts this one up deep, and this one will fall incomplete.
And that wasn't close. That wouldn't have been good if it was a hand grenade.
Incomplete pass makes it 4th down.
The passing game, not the strong suit of the Titans. And the running game has been, for the most part, ineffective. And that's a bad combination if you're trying to win a football game. 4th down and 11.
Well, you want to know the weird stat from last week, Greg?
The weird stat, okay.
Braves had 165 yards passing and 161 yards on the ground. When was the last time Lompoc had more yards passing than rushing? And was that close to being completely balanced?
That is very balanced, and I don't know how. Wow, that's unusual for a Braves offense.
Yep.
Going for it on 4th and long, throwing on the run, in the air, incomplete, out of bounds at the 10.
Jimmy Gardner running right step for step with him.
Number 32, Jimmy Gardner defending that pass.
And from that point on the field, that's probably as good. It's a good try. You're down 42-7.
At the 39-yard line.
And the Braves will take over 1st and 10 at their own 39.
Shout out to Sherilyn George Bedford of Sunset Auto Center.
Let's thank our friends over at the Surf Connection, Mike. Thank you so much to the Surf Connection
First one is a 2017
for their sponsorship tonight and all season long. We appreciate your support of local high school football and local community-based radio.
And Lompoc will take their first snap of the second half with less than 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Run straight up the middle. Was that, what was that?
Number 31.
Which I don't have on my roster. I love it when they do that. Not even on my cheat sheet roster.
Nick Dominguez on the carry for the Braves.
Nick Dominguez.
Nick Dominguez, they're saying. Okay, I'll take it.
9-yard pickup makes it.
Better write that down. We may see him later.
Yeah, that was a nice 9-yard jump.
Nine yards, 2nd and 1. Flag on the play. Run up the middle for no gain.
Well, maybe half a yard, but...
Declan Sparrow, by the way, in at quarterback now for Lompoc.
Mm-hmm.
Might not be Dominguez after all. We're having discussions up here in the penalty is for illegal procedure against the Braves.
Procedure call against the Braves will back him up 5. It'll still be 2nd down, but now it'll be 2nd and 6 from inside the 45. Clock running inside a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. It goes fast when when the clock is running. And they're still talking about the penalty. Yeah, they're going to march it out.
Illegal procedure. That sick bird.
Sick bird.
Struck again.
Illegal. Back to the 42 and a half or so.
And the Braves may not snap the ball here.
Sparrow coming back in with the play. Clock running with 20 seconds to go. They'll probably get one off here.
Maybe.
I formation. Sparrow under center for the play.
Just did get it off. Pick up a 1.
It's Dominguez on the carry, number 31.
The carry's by number 31, who we believe is Nick Dominguez.
There's still some speculation on who number 31 is.
That play brings it into the 3rd quarter.
But it does bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter, however. A scoreless 3rd quarter. 3 complete here at Hawk Stadium. It's Lompoc 42, Napomo 7. You are listening to the Lompoc Braves football on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. We thank you for being with us.
The Braves Radio Network.
Yeah. We also want to thank Tom's for being with us. Thanks, Kim. All the folks over at Tom's Restaurant, the home of the Educated Burger. Thank you for being with us tonight and all season long. We appreciate your support of Braves football, Cabrillo football, and community radio. Tom's Restaurant.
Bishop Diego is still up 28-7 on the way to Grande. Yep, and that just changed to 35-7. So the clock. So Mike Hartman getting a rough ride.
Tough start.
As the AG coach.
It's the ultimate car that is certain.
Sure appreciated their hospitality up there. We can always count on some good folks to treat us right up in AG.
Good folks, good food, good fun. Usually good football, but
not quite so much this year.
Yeah, it was.
It's 3rd and 5 for the Braves as we turn around and go the other way.
Braves ran 2 official plays in that quarter.
Got some room here on the far side. That's a nice romp across midfield and into the Pomo territory. The supposed Vic Dominguez, number 31, down to the 43 and a first down for the Braves.
Stopped by number 22. That would be Isaiah Rivera.
Sparrow now. Declan Sparrow. He's a 5'11", 190-pound junior.
Transfer from, I believe it was Montana. Who came in as the quarterback in a spread passing offense.
We'll take the snap from under center. Give it to the deep back. That's Dominguez. He gets tripped up and falls forward to the 40 for a gain of about 3.
Our new quarterback, Declan Sparrow, hands off to Dominguez once again.
So apparently we've seen the last of Xavier Nix for the night. He had a very productive evening again.
Number 15 in for the Braves. That's listed as Nick Dominguez, so we're having all kinds of weird things going on here. And that's 7 at quarterback.
That's Irabaran. he keeps it himself and gets some nice yardage on the far side, down to about the 25. We have a quarterback carousel at the moment. Cameron Iribarren, a sophomore, 5'11", 155.
His first down at the 27 with a little over 10 minutes to go.
Iribarren out, Sparrow back in. One receiver to either side, I formation in the backfield. Deep back will get it. That's Dominguez again, not much going that time. Tries the right side and gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Looked like Sparrow back out. He just came over to talk to the coaches, okay? So they came over to get the play. They don't do a lot of signaling. They just come over and talk to me.
Yep. I kind of like it that way.
Yeah, kind of. What are you seeing out there?
Start watching college games and they're holding up all these signs and pictures and stuff and with presidents. And it gets a little confusing. A little weird.
Oh, nice.
Fake handoff, rolling right. Dumps this one on the run and incomplete.
Hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands.
Right in the hands of number 30, and it falls incomplete.
The pass falls incomplete to number 30.
Number 30 also not listed on our roster. Our apologies.
Yeah.
Once you're up 42-7 late in the game, you start seeing some numbers that don't have names.
Yeah. They also serve. They're at practice, put them to work. Nice to see them get in the game, even if we don't know who they are. We'll try and figure out who they are for next week.
Iribarren back at quarterback. From the shotgun.
Ooh.
And the ball is loose in the backfield. Iribarren gathers it up.
And then he's gathered up.
And gets plopped down at the 40-yard line. I don't think he was even expecting that snap. That was just a miscommunication all the way around.
Yep.
So they'll spot it at the 39.
Iribarren was the quarterback on the highly successful Braves freshman team last year.
Bring up fourth down for Lompoc, 4th and long. They need to get down to about the 17 or so.
Iribarren back out there. But we're seeing a whole bunch of guys in and out of the game. Antonio Casillas was just out there on that prior play, the wide receiver spot. We've got
Lompoc will go for it on 4th and long, but they'll draw 3 penalty flags as 3 or 4 guys jumped off sides.
Yeah, there's Joseph Schumer out there at a wide out. And we got all kinds of guys that out there now trying to.
Yeah, this time it looks like the Braves might punt now that it's 4th down and about an acre and a half. Yep. Our first punt of the night for the Braves, and that'll be Ruben Cortez to do the honors.
Yeah, we've got 7:07 and counting. Yeah, they're trying to build a better angle here, according to some of the commentators. The Pomo 42.
Ruben with a nice little kick, trying to get it to die at the goal line, and it rolls in about 5 yards deep. Nice try. It'll roll in for the touchback. Cortez not a stranger to punting the ball. He did a lot of that type of work back in the YFL days.
1st and 10 for the Titans from the 20-yard line.
And it will be 6:27 or so.
Approaching the halfway mark here in the 4th and final quarter. 42-7 is our score. The Lompoc Braves on top. The Pomo will have a 1st and 10 at their 20.
And it hasn't been that close.
Scoreless since late in the 2nd quarter. Running play for about 2 yards. And there it is, 6 minutes remaining in the game. Ball out to the 22, 2nd and 8.
We're hearing San Ynez 56-0 over Carp.
56-0. Wow. My goodness. There's some blowouts happening this season so far.
Yeah. Yeah, if San Ynez can actually get in the playoffs this year, they might do some damage.
2nd and 8 for the Titans. Back to pass. Ooh, another thrown high and away for incomplete.
You know it's high when it clears the first line of guys on the sideline.
Very personally, they won last week, and they're just taking out.
Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd down. Clock running, however, with the running clock here in the second half. Approaching the 5-minute mark. Don't forget, folks, we'll be back here at Houck Stadium next week when the Lompoc Braves will be hosting the San Marcos Royals from down the Santa Barbara area. Pre-game starts at 6:45 with kickoff scheduled at 7 o'clock.
And then the week after that, it gets real fun.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Fake handoff, rolling right, pumps once, stops, now has to pull it down. And we'll get tackled at about the 26-yard line after a gain of about 4. No place to go with the pass, so you put it down and get what you can. Guess where the ball's at, Mike? The 27.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. 4th down and 4 for the Titans from their own 27 with just over 4 minutes remaining.
Maybe we should have them pitch a tent there just so
Homesteads.
And we're looking at potential candidates for player of the game, and consensus so far seems to be Johnny Manzo.
I would have no problem with that.
And another punt shanked out of bounds.
Purposely or otherwise, we will never know, but it will be spotted short of midfield at about the 46. First down for the Braves from there. That's in the Pomo 46-yard line with 3.5 minutes remaining. As the Braves get ready to go back on offense, let's take one last time to thank all of our sponsors here tonight. Remember, folks, it's our sponsors that help make these broadcasts possible. Please, when you see them on the street, give them a big thank you for helping make these things a reality.
Or better yet, when you see them in their store.
Yeah, that too. The Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, the Pizza Garden, Rose's Embroidery, Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, the Surf Connection, Tom's Restaurant, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors for being with us tonight and this season.
Looks like a 3-yard pickup making it 2nd and 7.
So a running play down to about the 43. Nope, yep, 43, 3-yard pickup. 2nd and 7 for the Braves, with 2.5 left in the game.
Lots of good choices tonight, but we'd like to congratulate Johnny Manzo as the Sunset Auto Center player.
Quarterback keeper, that's Irabaran, breaking some tackles, trying to get to the corner, showing a little bit of speed out there.
He's going to be interesting in a couple of years.
Yeah, he could be multifaceted. Down to the 36, just enough to move the chains. First down, Braves.
2:07 remaining here in the game.
Mike was just mentioning how things are going to get interesting in the broadcast schedule. 2 weeks from now, we'll be covering Templeton as they come visit the Conquistadors here in Houck on a Friday night, and then we'll have an unusual Saturday night game when we get to travel down to La Playa Stadium at Santa Barbara City College, where the Braves will be taking on the Santa Barbara Dons. So stay tuned for a doubleheader Friday and Saturday night coming up in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice move by Irabaran to pick up a couple extra yards.
Irabaran, quarterback keeper again.
Gets wrapped up inbounds with a gain of about 1 yard to the 35.
Not that it really matters now if he's caught inbounds or not, because the clock has continued to run. We're down to a minute 20.
Back next week, we have a home game against San Marcos. Love if you could come join us again.
But this Braves team is shaping up to be very, very interesting.
Formidable, I would say.
Gave it to 31 again. And that's going to be...
back to the line of scrimmage and about off.
A gain of milliseconds.
3rd down and 9 from the 35. Got time for about one more play as we're inside 1 minute to go. And Sparrow will come in to take the last snap of the night.
Although I kind of doubt this will be a pass play. If it is, I'd be very, very shocked.
If you didn't hear, Johnny Manzo announced as the Sunset Auto Center player of the game.
Well deserving.
Yep. No complaints about that at all. Running play, that was Tenorio on the carry, left to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. Inside 20 seconds, the Braves don't have to make another snap if they don't want to, and somehow I don't think they want to.
Yeah.
Just hanging around in the puddle and waiting for time to expire. This one's going to be official in another 5 seconds.
Congratulations to your Lompoc Braves for their victory over the Titans tonight.
DP up 44-0 on Cabrillo. And interesting score. Ventura 21, Atascadero nothing.
Wow.
It's been a rough season so far for the San Luis Obispo County schools. They were 1-6 last week.
Well, the Braves are now officially 2-0 to start the year with another one lopsided victory here tonight. 44-7 against AG last week, 42-7 here tonight against the Napomo Titans.
And they're now saying that Ventura scores 35-0 over Atascadero in the second.
Wow.
That would be running clock territory.
Well, Mike, your thoughts on tonight's game?
I'd like to see more of the same. Maybe not quite as vicious, but if the Braves can continue to perform at this level and get the backups some playing time and get them experience, this could be a very formidable team. They're already pretty darn good, but as we saw last week, you want to have guys that can step up and step in.
Well, before we go, I want to send our best to Jacob Beachy, number 56. We hope his injury is not too serious and doesn't keep him out too long.
And speaking of guys who've been out for a while, I'd like to send along our best wishes to your boss.
Oh, yeah.
He's been dealing with some medical problems, and
our man Rich, he's doing good, and we wish him speedy recovery.
Been a huge supporter of KPEG and TAP TV, and basically everything we try and do.
Yep, we love him for not telling us no. All right, so for Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio, and Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Don't forget, we'll be back here at Hawk Stadium 1 week from tonight as the Lompoc Braves host the San Marcos Royals. Our final score, once again from Hawk Stadium, the Lompoc Braves 42, the Napomo Titans 7.
And we'll be here on these very same frequency modulated airwaves.
So them too, 100.9 KPEG, your home for local sports. Thank you, folks, for listening. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
KPEG LP 100.9 FM, Lompoc.
Alright, this one's called I Am.
What you doing? Not nothing. I'm working on a theory.